The senior pastor of House of the Rock Church, Pastor Paul Adefarasin, sparked a heated debate online after he described Nigeria as dead, bluntly stating that anyone who counts their wealth in Naira is poor. Adefarasin made the comments during a sermon on May 17th titled Becoming Who God Says You Can Be, the sequel, where he spoke about how much value the Naira has lost through the years. Let's take a look.
Nigeria is dead. Let's not deceive ourselves. Let me tell you something. I'm going deeper in a minute. Let me tell you something. Once you're counting in Naira, you are poor. I was not born poor. My father's salary, his last salary, in the 1970s or 80s, I can't remember when it was about 18,000 Naira. That was money. Let me make it clear to you. How much is $1 billion Naira today in dollars? Or 1.4 billion Naira? How much is it in dollars? Only $1 million squaring. Do you know what $1 billion Naira was when I was 15, 16? $2.8 billion.
Nigeria is dead. This is what Pastor Paul Adefarasin said from his pulpit. And people are reacting because he said it out loud, what many Nigerians are feeling. We've just spent time covering insecurity stories, and now a prominent pastor is saying the country is dead. Now, as we approach 2027, the question is, does anyone in power care enough to attempt a resurrection? Well, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu sparked reactions online after publicly revealing that his economic reforms have impacted him on a personal level, stating that he's lost sleep and weight over the country's challenges. The president made these comments on Sunday while accepting the All Progressives Congress presidential ticket at the Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Conference Center in Abuja after polling 10.9 million votes. Let's take a look.
If you lost sleep, I lost some too. If you have lost weight, I think I've lost some too. But I've always remember one thing, that year 2022, I asked for this job and you all supported me and I got it. So I must do it.
Rufai, this has garnered a ton of reactions, and I'll take one from Malowo, who said Tinubu's 2022 words show real intent. He knew reforms would hurt and claimed he'd feel the pain too by losing sleep and weight. Respect for admitting the sacrifice needed for Nigeria's future. But 3+ years later, the pain is too heavy for most citizens. Inflation crushing families, fuel prices unbearable. No visible relief yet. Leaders must watch words with faster results. We're watching. Another ex-user wrote, Tinubu has lost nothing. Not weight, not power, not wealth, not even his children has lost anything. Even his wife couldn't lose her small vegetable farm. Imagine that. The real losers are Nigerians. We lost our purchasing power, lives every day to terrorism, our families to kidnappers, our families to hunger, and many more. I mean, you cannot blame Nigerians for stating the obvious fact. I mean, we just reeled out a ton of insecurity stories. Before I come to you, I'll take this final one. Meanwhile, an old video of Vice President Kashim Shettima from when he was Governor of Borno State has re-emerged and has gone viral. In the clip, Shettima is seen getting visibly emotional while speaking about persistent insecurity during former President Goodluck Jonathan's administration. The incident reportedly took place in 2012, while Shettima was presenting a 2013 appropriation bill at the State House of Assembly during an uptick in Boko Haram attacks at the time. Let's take a look.
Our hopes are very much alive and they are very high. Your Excellency, we came with some observations and 10 specific requests for urgent presidential intervention. These observations and requests are products of discussions in the aftermath of our extraordinary security meeting held 1 week ago. We didn't rush to come after the meeting. We felt the need to travel to northern Borno in interact with displaced persons and the military so as to strengthen public confidence. I will seek the understanding of journalists by not making public any of our observations and 10 requests. They are matters of security, which we hope to discuss with Mr. President in a closed-door session.
All right, Rufai, I believe you asked the question the last time. He's crying here. Where are the tears now?
He's enjoying. As we got into this administration, for those that said President Tinubu, what did he lose? Didn't they build 20 billion naira worth of house for Shettima? Am I lying?
Yes, so the Vice President
presidential mansion. So how will he cry? You can't cry in a 20 billion naira mansion now. That time they were crying because Jonathan was their problem. They wanted to remove Jonathan. So anything for the camera, they would do theatric. They would cry. It's that time. Now they are beheading people. We are not hearing anything. Then if they were not beheading, no. Now they are shalaki. You know what it means to behead somebody?
Yeah.
They can never cry because that's who they are. People are going. The only part I just believe, I disagree with Pastor Paul Adefarasin, is I don't think Nigeria is finished. I don't think Nigeria is finished. I think the day the people wake up in Nigeria and stop the shenanigans of our leaders, the country will jack back up. I don't think Nigeria is a hopeless case. I think the day the people wake up, but as long as people are docile and everything. But what has he said that is not? Don't we talk about the energy? We have all become poorer. So if Pastor Paul is saying if you are earning in Naira, we all earn, when you alert for salary coming here, is it not Naira? When we see it, as the money not all gone before we plan. In fact, there are some people that I know that Dr. Abad, before the salary come, they've already even shot Basi on top of the salary. You get. So there are need for everybody. President Tinubu's reform, we said it. It was going to destroy the lives and livelihoods of people. And it has done because it didn't also give us sincerity. People are still feeding facts. Till today, there are many corruptions. Till today, you know the matter of spending FAC for votes. That is, put FAC money, 800 billion. You know, they've just swept the case under the carpet.
The allegations.
The allegations under the carpet. I would have wanted people that have the file. Maybe they can take it to EFCC if they can investigate. So you can see the nation is at loggerheads. And you see, one thing I always argue is, the reforms, yes, but the purity and sincerity of the reforms is never the case. Politicians are feeding fat at the expense of the poor people. We didn't get the purity and sincerity of the reform. Those that they needed to go after, they didn't go after them. So we are just hovering around. But the day Nigeria people wake up, that's the day the country will jack back up. Now Nigerians are still sleeping.
All right.
They are snoring.
Brief comment on Pastor Paul
Adefarasin.
Now, he should not mislead the congregation. Because when a pastor says, oh, if you spend Naira, you should spend dollar. If you hold Naira, it means you are poor. What volume of Naira should anybody hold? Naira is the national currency of Nigeria. It's legal tender. It's not the dollar. Except the pastor is saying that when the congregation comes to church, they should give offerings and pay tithes in dollars. He should speak for himself. And the job of the pastor is not to be telling his congregation that Nigeria is dead. Nigeria is not dead. The business of a pastor, except that now many of these pastors have become motivational speakers. They don't even remember to quote they don't remember to quote the Bible. The whole eschatology, Christian eschatology, is based on giving people hope. Telling them even when they are poor that they will inherit heaven. But to tell them that the country is dead and you must have access to dollars, no, that's very wrong doctrine.
All right. Let us give Nigerians hope at this moment. It can't be doom and gloom.